Hey, I got Genesee dry hopped cream ale. This beer is, I don't know if it's legendary, but it's just like a weird thing for a macro brewer to do. Genesee makes this cream ale that's kind of bottom shelf, kind of like somewhat decent though, way better than the Genesee lagers. Um, and they do a dry hop version. I actually did a review of this almost a month ago when I first got it, and the new iPhone operating system does not like my external mic, and the sound was really quiet. But the new mic on my newerish phone is fine, so just going with that. So this is dry hop with Citra, and I think it's quite fresh. I mean, when I had it almost a month ago, obviously it was fresher. The only place I think it's really available is at Wegmans. Maybe they'll get it at Total Wine eventually, but Wegmans is an upstate brand of grocery stores, and Genesee is, so they kind of work together, I guess. And this is 4.5%, so what that means is it's not just the regular base of cream ale. The regular cream ale is like 5.1 or something, or 5.2. So this is obviously a lower ABV, and it has definitely more haze. I guess I haven't had their regular cream ale in a while. I don't think it's very hazy. There you go. And it's still smelling pretty good, but just really interesting because it's a pretty heavily Citra dry hopped macro beer. So cream ale is like an ale that's then lagered, or some people call it like an ale that's fermented cooler. Lagers are fermented quite cold, usually 50s, and then they store them with the yeast there at almost freezing, and that's the lagering, which means to store in German. And then ales usually ferment higher, 60s up until the 80s. Some beers ferment even higher, rarely that high. And and it finishes quickly. And usually you don't lager or condition ales; they're ready to go in a couple weeks or less than a month. Whereas lagers sometimes can be take a month or more. Show you that again. Head looks okay. It's just an interesting aroma. Because the cream ale is known for kind of being corny. It's not called cream. It doesn't have any lactose or any like dairy products in it. But I guess it just has sort of a cream corny flavor. And a lot of them don't even actually have corn in it. I'm sure Genesee uses some adjunct in it. Corn or rice, probably corn. But it has a little bit of the sweet corn aroma, which I like, and it mixes with the sort of citrusy, slightly dank Citra in a nice way. Yeah, it smells like kind of mandarin orange. A little bit of like a cotton candy type thing. And yeah, it's still smelling pretty good. That's nice. On the first sip, it's like, oh, it's hoppy, but then it does get pretty sweet. A lot of cream ales are a little bit sweeter than their like light lager counterparts. Yeah, it's not very bitter at all. They definitely just do a shitload of dry hopping, which I guess in this style, it's very subtle. Not much flavor going on, not much yeast character. Dry hopping just really changes it a lot. And it reminds me a little bit of like Citrus Session IPAs circa 10 years ago, except those ones probably would have been less hazy. But that cream corn, cream ale, kind of slight macro yeast thing is what's different. There are some breweries out there, craft breweries making cream ales that are probably hoppy that maybe are similar to this. But this is not. This is more expensive than the more mass-produced Genesee beers. The regular cream ale, so it might be made on a smaller scale. Maybe it's a little bit higher quality. At the Wegmans grocery store, this is $11 a 12 pack. Still a great deal, but it's not like, $19 a 30 pack if you want to get regular cream ale. But I'm glad I was able to get to the store and get another one, because it seems like they might be selling out of this. And they already got the Genesee Springbok in, which is pretty decent. This one, like, it kind of covers up the sort of macro unhappy, weird yeast things. Like, I'm now noticing a little bit of that in the finish. But I think if you gave this to someone blind, they would never guess that it's by a macro brewery. Tastes quite crafty. And that's what most people would probably call this, is craft-y. Like how there's some giant, not independent breweries making things that look like craft beer, but technically they aren't, because they're not independent. Like, I guess some people would say Goose Island is, but some of their stuff is still smaller batch and pretty damn good. I guess I haven't really had a Legion Space Dust, excuse me, but they're another one that's owned by AB InBev or whatever they're called now. And I kind of like that corny industrial flavor. I guess now it's getting a little weird, just like minerally, just like, it seems like it's not happy yeast is maybe what it is. This doesn't finish super clean, but at first the hops kind of cover that up. And I love the smell, the combination of the corniness and the citra. It really pushes out like a cotton candy thing. Actually more like juicy fruit gum. Yeah. But I'm enjoying this. I'd give it definitely over a 4, like a 4.1. Yeah, 4.1. Bye.